Marcus Power. This is the first slide of my presentation for our final budget report. For this report, each program requested the equipment and facilities budgets that they wanted for the year. This was anything from facility maintenance, upgrades, equipment, new uniforms, anything that the coaches desired. After that, everything was compiled total. The initial request totaled over $160,000, yet the budget we've been given was $70,000 for the entire department. After reviewing everything, there have been cuts made to each of the programs after I reviewed it and determined which ones needed to be cut. It actually ended up at about $67,000, leaving a surplus of just under $3,000 total for the year. The surplus funds will be left in the athletic fund for emergency situations, just in case something goes wrong during the year. In this slide, I went over each sport and their requested funds. Each one listed had their total. I added that up, got the sum of the district's total at the bottom. There at the top, I did list that there was a maximum of a $70,000 budget for the AD. And then on the right, I have the approved funds, along with the items that I have decided to keep from each one of these programs. This lets the coaches know which of theirs will be approved with an entire budget report rather than sending out individual items. This way it's all in one place whenever the budget meeting takes place, so that it can all be brought up at one time and everyone can go over everything together. On this slide, I have listed the sports again with what items have been cut and the rationale for those cuts. Most of the cuts, as you'll see looking through the spreadsheet here, it's basically just cut just to reduce how much money is going to each program so that we can fit it into the budget. Some of these are partial replacements for worn equipment, or with the visors and socks from softball, some of the travel uniforms, the warm-ups. Those I would only be going through if we were on a rotation to add new uniforms. Otherwise, it would just be a maintenance amount and to bring in new players. That way they have the same uniforms. I tried to base everything on keeping everything as close as possible between each program. Some of them I felt like were asking for a bit much, so I decided to take some of rather than all of it away and then spread it across everything. The only program I decided not to make a cut on was wrestling, and that was due to their rationale for the equipment that they needed.